Shalom. Call out Yahweh by Hashem Shai by Shira HaKodesh. Double honors to the head apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Teaching for the sake of Yahweh by Hashem Shai. Lord willing, this lesson may be edifying and straight to the point. See, we're just going to entitle this the introduction, which the prophets today is introducing the true nature of Yahweh by Hashem Shai back into the earth, man. You see, which here in Babylon the Great, where our Lord Yahweh Shema Shai was crucified and replaced by a hippie, man. Where all you hear is love, peace, and happiness. Where the true nature of Yahweh Shema Shai is ultimately coming back into the earth and is being voiced by the mouth of his prophets, man. You know, just like a boxing arena where you got the announcer that's introducing the boxer, man, which we are the announcers that's introducing Yahweh Shema Shai back into the earth. You see, this is the book of Psalms, the 9th chapter. All right, the 9th chapter, verse 16. He said, the Lord is known by the judgments which he executed. The wicked is snared, and the works of his hands, Hagion Selah. You see? So the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, is known by the judgment which he executed. You see, and that's why ultimately the Lord I describe the last days as in the days of Noah. You see, because that same power back in the times of Noah is still alive today. And that same power is going to visit this time period as he did in the days of Noah, man. You see, and he was known by the judgments which he executed, which that judgment came by way of a flood, man. You know, and Noah being a preacher, which Noah introduced that flood into that time. Matter of fact, let's go Second Peter. This is the book of 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 5. He say, and spare not the old world, but save Noah. The eighth person. See Yahweh Shema Shai didn't spare the old world. So what makes you think today, you know, because you had babies floating around in the flood, man. You know, so what makes you think today he changed and now all of a sudden he care about your baby, man? You know? So that same power that visited in the times of Noah by way of a flood is still alive today, man. And he's going to soon visit this realm of life by way of fire, man. Which you read about in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, which he called it strange rain, man. Which the strange rays goes into those intercontinental ballistic missiles. Right? So 2 Peter 2 and 5, he say, and spare not the old world, but save Noah, the eighth person, a preacher, you see, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. You see, a preacher of righteousness, which that word preacher goes into prophesying, man. The word pre meaning before and sure meaning to say. You see, so ultimately when you get into the word preacher, it's to say before, man. You know, and that's prophecy. When you prophesying to something, you saying it before it happened. You see, and ultimately, the evils that's soon to come to Babylon the Great is being introduced to you by the mouth of the prophets, man. In which those evils goes back into the nature of Yahweh Shai. You see his judgments, the judgments which he's executed, man. That's how the Lord is known. You see, and the Lord, hey, Yahweh Shema Shai gonna be known, man, once he visit America, man. The great whore, man. You see, so you say, and spare not the old world, but save Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood. So Noah prophesied of the flood upon the world of the ungodly, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly. See, so he spoke about the time of Noah and the time he visited Sodom and Gomorrah. You see, he made them an example. You see, for those who want to live up to that standard. Well, America walking in the footsteps of Sodom and Gomorrah is going to soon be visited by the power that visited in the times of Sodom and the times of Noah, man. You know, for the iniquities, man. You see, which America is the most wickedest kingdom to ever erect in the power, man. You know, where iniquity is joined with a cord here in his land, man. You see, and gross darkness has covered the minds of the people, where they put evil for good and good for evil, man. You know, where the Lord is ultimately going to visit America, man. In fact, this book of Jeremiah, chapter 6 and verse 10, he said, to whom shall I speak and give warning that they may hear? You see, and those who hearken unto this eerie sound, it's the elect, man. The hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. Lord, what am I that precious number? You see, he said, to whom shall I speak and give warning that they may hear? You see, and the elect are the ones who heard this message, man. And they go out and teach the message, man. They go out and bring forth the prophecies of Yahweh Shema Shai, which the Lord said that perilous times was coming, man. You know, he said evil and only evil, behold, is coming. You see, he said, to whom shall I speak and give warning that they may hear? And what's the warning, man? The prophecies. You know, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. You got a famine, insurrections, seditions, anarchies, you know, pestilence and wars. All right. He say, behold, their ear is uncircumcised, and they cannot hearken. Behold, the word of the Lord is unto them a reproach. They have no delight in it. And who is those who don't have delight in it, man? The 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, they have no delight in the message of Yahweh Shema Shai, which ultimately is a warning, man. You see? And because they didn't hearken to the warning, well, ultimately they gonna die, man. You see? Because you got to consider in the days of Noah. When they didn't hearken unto Noah, what happened? They died. You see? This is the book of Zechariah chapter 7 and verse 11. He said, but they refused to hearken. Slaki. Let's see. We're gonna start at verse 9. Zechariah 7 and 9. Thus speak the Lord of hosts, saying, execute true judgment and show mercy and compassion every man to his brother, and oppress not the widow, nor the fatherless, the stranger, nor the poor, and let none of you imagine evil against his brother in your heart. But they refused to hearken and pulled away the shoulder and stopped their ears that they should not hear. You see, yeah, they made their hearts as an adamant stone, lest they should hear the law and the words which the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shema Shai, had sent in his spirit by the former prophets. Therefore came a great wrath from the Lord of hosts. You see, and ultimately that's what's happening again today, because they don't want to hearken unto the message of the Lord, which is coming by the mouth of his prophets, which he's warning you of the evils that's soon to come to Babylon the Great America. You see, the Lord is sending his prophets to warn you of the kingdom. That Yahweh Shema Shai for to come back and America for to be destroyed. But they made their hearts as an adamant stone. He said, yet they made their hearts as an adamant stone, lest they should hear the law and the word which the Lord of hosts has sent in his spirit by the former prophets. Therefore, a great wrath from Yahweh Shema Shai, therefore came a great wrath from the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai host, man. So a great wrath is gonna come upon. It's gonna come upon you. It's like if a fire alarm going off, and you got your headset on because you playing the game, you playing 2K. Well, ultimately you ain't gonna get the warning, man. You gonna burn up in that apartment, man. You know, or let's just say the fire alarm going off, and you put your pillow over your head. You heard it, but you just put your pillow over your head. Well, ultimately you gonna die, man, because you didn't hearken unto the warning. And the same thing was happening in the days of Noah, and the same thing is happening today. That's why the Lord described these days as if the days of Noah, man. You know, people weren't hearkening to the message that Noah was bringing. They kept partying, drinking, and marrying. And suddenly the flood came and took them all away, man. And the same is going to happen today in this time. The people, they partying, You know, they having fun, they marrying. You know, they not listening to the prophets. They want to scoff. They want to debate. Well, suddenly, when the flood come, it's going to take them all away, man. And then they going to seek a vision of the prophets. Then they going to cry out to Yahweh Shema Shah. But the Lord ain't going to hear them, man. All right, and he going to say that. This verse 13, he said, therefore, it is come to pass that as he cried, and they would not hear, so they cried, and I would not hear, said the Lord of hosts, man. You see? So it's going to come a time where the people is going to cry out to Yahweh Shema Shah when these troubles ultimately come upon the earth. And the Lord is not going to hear them. You see, because that's why the Lord says, seek me early while I may be found. You know, seek me before the evil days come not. You see? You actually got to seek Yahweh Shema Shah early, man, in order to escape these evils that the prophets are introducing you to, man. You know, the Lord willing is edifying to the elect. Till next time, say shalom.